So this is an Abzan Mirror Slugfest in the middle seats?
Yeah, that's a Chad's dream.
Yeah. He's just in it. He's like,
Yeah.
let's grind it out.
Yep.
Let's play 30 turns.
Yeah. Actual dream.
Yeah.
Like if Patrick and Rob win, they're just gonna Chad, just keep playing. Just have fun, man.
Yeah. Do what you do.
Don't stop. All right, I'm gonna take Daniel's deck list here. I'm gonna give you Patrick's. Sneak and Show versus 4-color control. Here we go. Actually, this 4-color control deck that Daniel is playing, very popular on Magic Online. Patrick was testing Burn, and he could not beat this deck or anything else. His words, his words, not mine. And so he told the team, I cannot play Burn. I need to play something else. And he has elected to play Sneak and Show, and apparently it's worked out pretty well for him. He'll start things off with a Preordain. Very Patrick Sullivan-esque as he's looking at the top 2 cards of his deck and figuring out where he's going to scry them. This actually just disgusts me.
It looked like 2 winners there for him.
He doesn't know. He doesn't ever do this.
Well, it looked like a Flusterstorm and a Force of Will.
Yeah.
And if he already has Show and Tell, which we see, and I believe an Emrakul in his hand, then these are what the last pieces he needs to force it through.
Inquisition of Kozilek.
Very timely.
Yeah. Keep in mind, it's Inquisition of Kozilek and not Thoughtseize. So there's a purpose behind this. Patrick is just going to let Show and Tell go because it's the only card that can be taken. You see the hand there, Force of Will, Gristlebrand, Emrakul, 2 Ancient Tombs. And don't get a good look at the other card at the top there. No big deal. Pass the turn back. Sully kept this card on top. It was a Flusterstorm. Play a Flooded Strand. Pass the turn back.
It looked so good, and now it looks so bad.
Looks pretty horrible now, yeah. See what this is. Baleful Strix. Sure. Draw a card. Brainstorm. Really good card. Volcanic Island. Pass the turn back. Didn't get a great look at that draw step. There's an Ancient Tomb. Pass the turn back. Dan Nelson will untap 3 lands, Baleful Strix, drew another Inquisition. Seems like a good idea to fire one off here in just a moment as here comes the problematic Strix. And now...
I believe it's a Spell Pierce in Patrick's hand, but I'm not 100%. We're about to find out.
Yeah, here's Thoughtseize. All right, it was Spell Pierce. So Flusterstorm, Spell Pierce. Emrakul, Gristlebrand, Force of Will, Ancient Tomb. That's the hand there for Sullivan. Nelson will write down the contents via the Thoughtseize. Of course, he lost 2 life to cast the powerful discard spell. And we shall see what he would like to take.
All right, and any sneak attack or Show and Tell, and Patrick's still in a pretty decent spot here.
There goes Force. Pass that turn back. How about what?
Omniscience. He's a few mana away from that one right now.
2 in the main deck.
Yep.
It's okay. Something to work towards. Something to work towards. Here goes Baleful Strix.
He's getting there.
Yeah, he sure is.
Couple more turns.
Inquisition of Kozilek.
Oh, maybe he'll have to discard it.
Yeah, what'd you draw? Yeah.
This kind of getting uglier and uglier for Patrick here.
Flusterstorm or Spell Pierce. Pick a card. All right, there goes Flusterstorm.
He's accumulating a lot of very expensive spells in his hands.
Here's Deathrite Shaman. We're going to go back over to Sullivan. Draw a card. Oh, Sneak Attack. A good Magic card. No time like the present, sweetheart. Let's let it rip.
Hey, he's got to get it on the board.
Yep. Volcanic Island is what he's going to search up here in just a moment, I imagine. Yep. That is funny. Just a mishmash of garbage every draw step, but Sneak Attack comes rolling off the top.
Oh, yeah. The savior.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Patrick, I've got you.
Yeah. He's going to take some damage to play it because of the 2 Ancient Tombs.
Just a little bit.
Yep. Here is Sneak Attack. We're going to have a Brainstorm in response, I believe.
Well, yeah, he knows that he can't just Force of Will into the Spell Pierce. But he also doesn't want to let this Sneak Attack resolve.
Kind of interesting because, like, you kind of want to Spell Pierce this, but Patrick doesn't know his hand. So it's like if I'm him, it's like I kind of want to Spell Pierce this, but you know, at the same time, I don't really want to Spell Pierce this because if my opponent has Force and blue card, maybe they're trying to trick me.
Yeah, I don't think you can Spell Pierce that.
Also, his hand goes from 2 Draw 3, put 2 back. So it's +1 card. Yeah, so that means 3 cards, which means that Dan can't have double force plus double blue card.
Sure.
So like your Spell Pierce is still good unless he finds. Actually, you have a mana floating, so you're good around days anyway. Yeah, so actually, it's totally fine to let the Brainstorm resolve because he only has 3 cards right now. So he can never double force plus double blue card, and force plus days doesn't matter. So he's good, or at least good enough. And sneak attack is in.
A concise analysis of that situation.
There you go.
I like it.
Been a minute since I played Legacy.
Oh yeah. But it's a blast when you do.
Yeah, it's a great format. Inquisition, nah. I think he knew all. No, yeah, he knows all the cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Spell Pierce that. All right, that takes care of that.
Yeah, it gets the Spell Pierce either way, right?
Yeah. I mean, Dan knows his hand, or at least he should know his hand, because he's seen all those cards many times. Now, is this Jace? Revenge Prodigy? That gets a thumbs up. Now your board's gone.
Yep.
Now your board's definitely gone because he drew a Polluted Delta. So that's another source of red mana. Yep. Emrakul, Neon Storm. Yep.
All right, we're gonna keep going here.
Yeah, we're gonna play it out.
We're still doing this.
Yeah, we're gonna play it out. He has 6 permanents.
6 is just the right number.
That is a convenient number here. Gonna sneak attack this and service with Smile, Trigger, Annihilator. Attack for 22. T-Swift style. We're all done. Patrick Sullivan going to win game number 1 here over Dan Nelson. Sneak and show after being targeted relentlessly by discard spells.
His hand was so ugly.
It was very bad, but drew a sneak attack, and that's that.
Yep.
That's that.
And kind of those redundant counter spells actually worked out for him too.
Yes.
You know, he was left with just 1 when he needed to resolve his good spell, and that's exactly what happened.
Do you think Flame Rift would have won that? Maybe no.
No, yeah.
Maybe in a game.
Turn 1 Goblin Guide.
May have been a game.
Sure.
Not sure. We're going to take a look at the sideboards here. We're going to start with Dan Nelson, his 4-color control deck. 2 Sylvan Library, 2 Forkbolt, 2 Pyroblast, 2 Flusterstorm. Nile Spellbomb, a blue Elemental Blast, Surgical Extraction, Diabolic Edict, red Elemental Blast, Kagari Charm, Toxic Deluge. A lot of options here for Mr. Nelson.
Yeah, I expect like kind of this full sampler of cards to come in. The Pyroblast and the red Elemental Blast seem good. Even the blue Elemental Blast seems fine. The Flusterstorms can be good in this matchup. The Surgical Extraction he might want, but with all of these counter spells, maybe he just doesn't even want to bother with it. But just tons and tons of cards here for him.
Other side here for Patrick Sullivan. It's 4 Liliana Sanctity, 3 Pyroclasm, 2 Blood Moon, 2 Graph Digger's Cage, 2 Through the Breach, a Vipe Away, and 3rd copy of Omniscience in the sideboard.
Sure, and the way that game played out, I can see him bringing in the Blood Moon Pyroclasm package.
The 1-2 punch?
Yeah, I mean, he's playing against a 4-color deck that is wholly dependent on dual lands to do what it's doing.
No basics in the deck list.
So I can definitely see the Blood Moons being awesome. And the Pyroclasm, you know, you saw just a couple of small creatures here and there. Pyroclasm's good against small creatures.
Jace, Baleful Shriek, Snapcaster Mage. Didn't see Snapcaster Mage in game 1. Obviously, Deathrite Shaman. It's actually just kind of the glue that holds this deck together.
Yeah, yep.
Given that's a 4-color deck. Leovold will not be killed by Pyroclasm, but yeah, it kills basically everything else, and then other sideboarded creatures that may or may not come in, though obviously most Legacy decks, the sideboards are spells, not creatures. But
most of the time, yeah.
Those are the options there for both players. They'll be underway here in game number 2 in just a moment. We'll see if we can get an update on the Chad Kastel versus Justin Gennari match and the Abzan Mirrors. It looks like those players are done with game number 1. But we're going to talk about the StarCityGames.com weekly sale here, where you still have time, I promise. You can still save on select Eternal Modern Master Singles Track.
Yes, there's some cool foils, or if you're in the market, just a regular Terminate.
I might want a regular Terminate.
Yeah. Listen, you want to foil out your deck and leave a regular Terminate in it?
Mm-hmm.
We've got you.
Oh, we do?
We've got you.
Where can they go to do that?
StarCityGames.com/weekly sale.
Beautiful. Well done. It's going to end at Monday, 10:59 a.m., but we will have a new sale for you guys very soon.
Free boxes for everyone.
That's not the sale. I wasn't
supposed to reveal it.
It's not. Yikes.
All right, you keep up the company line. That's not the sale, guys.
It's not the sale.
Sure.
Yeah, it's not the sale.
Don't even bother going and looking on Monday at what the new sale is. Nice job, Cedric.
No problem. I'm actively turning people away from our website. That's what I'm doing. The Abzan Mirror Game 1 has gone to Justin thus far. And the Abzan grinded out mirror, and you see Rob Vaughan against David Nunez. It's Teamer Energy against Sultai Pummeler, and actually Vaughan just lost to Sultai Pummeler last round, playing against Collins Mullen. So we'll see if he's figured something out here in this match. It looks like he's played it either in a Braid or a copy of Harness Lightning as a Colorado Rockies fan.
Yeah,
so
they're in the thick of it there.
Yeah, a little grind fest down there, but we're going to turn our attention to what could be a faster match between Patrick Sullivan and Dan Nelson. And then they'll be in the thick of it, I think, in the Abzan Mirror here soon enough. I think that's where we'll probably be jumping.
Uh-oh.
What's that?
I think Robert Vaughan just got taken down.
Got pummeled, huh?
Yeah, the old larger-than-life pummeler.
Great song by the Backstreet Boys, just like I told you earlier. I'll turn it on when we get back to the room.
Larger-than-life pummeler?
No, not that.
Oh.
Just Larger Than Life. Off of hit album Millennium by the Backstreet Boys.
Is that how the Backstreet Boys got so big?
That helped.
The larger-than-life?
Yes, that helped.
+4/+4 would help anyone get bigger.
that definitely helped.
All right.
It's a volcanic island. It's a lotus petal. It's preordained. 1, 2, sneak attack Emrakul. Well,
ooh, those are depending on his hand. Oh, not interested in either.
They're going to the bottom. Somebody needs some lands, huh?
That was all the pieces there.
Draw a card. Didn't get a great look at it, but preordained's unresolving. It's actually a Polluted Delta.
He has a land. He has a Blood Moon. He's got a show and a. Jeez. Patrick's been doing something right.
Yeah.
Some clean living there.
Yeah.
I can't imagine Patrick is living clean.
Dude, being on the blue team's not so bad.
But yeah, just his hand looks really good a lot of the time, except for when it doesn't.
Scalding Tart. Great analysis.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Get him a raise. Scalding Tart's going to bring Dan down to 18. Looks like he's going to get a Badlands. He's got a Badlands and Underground Sea to go on Deathrite Shaman. 4-color control working.
Yeah, that's the usual, right?
Yeah. You've seen this before. It's just generally what people do.
Ooh, I actually like this.
K-Command, I actually love this. I don't think people do this enough.
Just pick up value when they can.
Yeah.
And that Lotus Petal is so valuable. Yeah. I don't think people realize just how valuable the Lotus Petal is.
Looks like it's going to be the Shatter and make Patrick discard mode to the point where he might actually want to Force of Will this with a blue card. There's potential for that. Yeah. Force of Will, removing Preordained. That's how good that Kolaghan's command was.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Sullivan's going to untap. He'll draw a card. He's picked up another land. Now, you can let it rip.
Yeah, there's a couple things that he's thinking about here. Because he also has the Blood Moon in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
And he's thinking, what if I only give my opponent 2 activations with Deathrite Shaman for the rest of the game, casting colored spells?
Yep. There's some appeal to that. There really is. And I think we're going to see him go to Blood Moon. So let's go over to Dan, who actually, no, okay, it's a tropical island, yeah. I was pretty sure he had no basics when I looked at the deck list. I can confirm that now. It's a mountain party.
Yep.
It's a mountain party.
The old mountain island.
Yep.
Tropical mountain islands.
Remove a land, and we're going to go to, it looks like maybe Sylvan Library.
He's not sure.
He's in some serious trouble now because Blood Moon is just unbelievable against this deck. There is Sylvan Library.
Yep, and he needs to find the Hydro Blast or the Blue Blast, whichever one is in his sideboard.
Mm-hmm. Lotus Petal to draw. So here is Lotus Petal. There's a land. Well, geez, sometimes you don't have it all, because there's Pyroblast. All right. I'll take care of show and tell. Sullivan will pass the turn back over to Nelson. Nelson, Sylvan Library time. Jace, Delta Mountain. Delta Mountain.
And I think he just has to pay a pile of life and slog his way through these cards here.
Well, I think Jace is very attractive right now, and he's going to pay a pile of life and slog through. I think that Jace is kind of attractive. I actually wouldn't have played that land. I think that is attractive for Jace to be discarding lands.
Sure. Yeah.
Because what's another mountain right now?
Yeah, he can't get the fetch lands into the graveyard when he puts them on the battlefield.
Mm-hmm. So I think I would have held that Pluto Delta if I were Dan in that spot.
Well, he gets to look at 3 more cards, next turn with the Sylvan Library again.
Yeah. Sneak Attack, Force of Will, Show and Tell. Man, Magic is...
Bunch of average cards.
Yeah. Not the toughest game. All right, put some cards on top. 1, 2, 3, show. That's going to resolve this time, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Dan's in some trouble now.
And it's funny because he has the Edict in his hand, but I think he's out of lands.
Yeah, they're out. He's out of lands. Patrick's going to go down to 11, it appears. 7 cards on the way here for Sullivan. Show and Tell, Emrakul, Sneak Attack, Force of Will among them. He's just got a full hand. He says, go ahead. Doesn't have to discard, nothing like that. Kolaghan's command the draw.
I'm a little surprised he didn't play a land there.
Yeah, I guess he didn't that turn, actually. He didn't. Here's Jace activation. Brainstorm's the draw. Discard Brainstorm. Ugh. It's always painful. You can see he actually missed the Sylvan Library trigger, too. Looks like did Dan Nelson. He'll just pass the turn back. Maybe a little flustered here at the end of the day. And the fact that he's staring down a Gristlebrand could make anybody flustered, honestly.
Yeah, he's staring down everything.
Yeah. Sullivan's going to attack here with Gristlebrand. It's going to bring Nelson down to 3. He'll go up to 18. Play an Ancient Tomb, which is a mountain. Can just play Sneak Attack. That's going to resolve. Pass the turn back. I think Dan Nelson's about to lose this one, no matter what the Sylvan Library shows, honestly. He's found some lands here, Force of Will, all that stuff. He'll draw. He can activate Jace, discard a land, which is, again, where I think he wants to be. Because that'll give fodder for Deathrite Shaman. There'll be a transformation of Jace. There's Jace Vryn's Prodigy.
And this is rough. He doesn't even have a second blue card in his hand to discard to pitch the Force of Will.
Yeah. Bad news all around. Deathrite Shaman activation. And this is the Hail Mary Diabolic Edict.
Yeah.
Hope you have nothing else to do.
Well, even if it resolves, the sneak attack's on the board with a grip full of cards on the other side.
You have to actually hope that Patrick has flat nothing and he has a Force Will exiling Show and Tell going down to 17. So, he can aggressively do that. Oh, yes, Jace. Jace will not go up. Going to target Diabolic Edict and extend the hand. Patrick Sullivan's going to win this match over Dan Nelson, 2-0. Sneak and Show going to clobber 4-color control. Don't think it's a very good matchup for 4-color control, honestly. It doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. I don't know how you feel about that.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like what Patrick is trying to do is just so streamlined, and the 4-color control deck is set up to just do a little bit of everything against, Delver decks and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not as good against a deck that's so focused on one strategy. You end up with Fatal Push and Lightning Bolt and this random Night's Whisper that are not very good. The Baleful Strix cantrip, but those are just not good cards in this matchup. There's just a lot of fodder and soft spots. The Abrupt Decays, not good in this matchup. Just too many cards like that. And even when he put Patrick on the ropes, you know, he just picked his hand apart with a whole bunch of discard spells. He didn't have enough pressure to actually threaten Patrick.
Let's tune it in.
Oh, this is the good stuff here.
Well, Abzan on Abzan.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Shambling Vent firing in there, take care of Planeswalker. Yes, please. Taking care of Liliana the Veil. Not sure how many cards Chad and Justin have in their hand, but Justin currently up again over Abzan Master, Chad Kastel, who's going to play a Tireless Tracker. One of the best cards in the mirror, but he has not got the opportunity to make a clue with it.
Yeah, when you play that guy naked and you don't make a clue immediately, it feels so bad.
And I think Maelstrom Pulse will take care of it. It's actually going to be Liliana that takes care of it, so that's bad news too. Kastel will draw. What is he working with is the question. Don't have a great idea. He picked up a land this turn, a little late, didn't get to make a clue with the tracker.
Come on, Chad, wrong order.
Deck coughed it up all wrong.
What an amateur.
Yeah.
We got to talk to him after this about
Yeah,
this.
maybe have a little chit chat. I could see doing that.
You know what, Justin? Punish him.
There's a land untapped. What is this going to be? Liliana. So it's a Liliana off.
Classic.
Minus or plus? $20 in favor of Kastel life total wise.
Oh, that's a big difference.
Yeah, it does change some things. Interesting question what you were supposed to do here. Because if you plus, you don't get to target anything.
Nope.
And Shambling Vent has to start to get to work on that Liliana. However, if, I don't know, Maelstrom Pulse or something comes down, it means you got nothing from your Planeswalker.
Maelstrom Pulse or Abrupt Decay.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's the concern. Up goes Liliana. Both players will discard. Does a Grim Flayer and land? Now there's Pulse. Yep, that's the worst case scenario, truth be told. We're going to go over to Kastel. He needs a good draw here. He found. Okay.
Let's do this again.
Let's do this again then. Draw. Tarmogoyf is the draw for Justin. The old Abzan mirror. Tarmogoyf, I have to imagine, for Justin's pretty big. And if you do just fire him with Shambling Vents, you can slow Liliana down a little bit. Yep, down to 2. And no activation of Liliana the Veil for Justin because his hand's too good. So Kastel will draw a card. He will cash this in. 1, 2. Is it Tracker?
I would guess it's Tracker.
Yeah, the question is, if it's Tracker, does he have a land? Yep, that's what he needed. Gets a Godless Shrine, enters the battlefield untapped, gets to make a clue. In this kind of matchup, and you know this because I know you've played Abzan across multiple formats, it's just whoever has more cards, really.
A lot of the time, yeah. I mean, it gets so grindy.
So 1 clue token. This is why Tracker excels in this matchup. Going to cash in Liliana. So there goes Tracker. There's a Tracker for Justin. All right, well, Chad, it's your turn to kill that.
It's a classic Tracker off.
Path, maybe? Yeah, Upkeep going to path it. Smart. Tracker is just this must-kill threat in this matchup.
Oh, yeah.
That thing lasts for, what, 2 turns? It's probably just over.
Yeah.
Just too many cards.
Well, imagine if your opponent peels off a fetch land.
Yeah.
And it's just like 2 clues off of that right
Yeah,
there.
it's just too much.
And it turns into a big threat by itself so fast anyway. If you're going to have to kill it in a turn or 2 because it's just threatening your life total too much, you might as well kill it right now before it makes some clues.
Yeah, I totally agree. There's Tarmogoyf.
And it's going to be big. I expect 6 or 7 power here.
See this
Ooh,
Lingering
tokens.
Souls. Yep. All right, here come the Flyers. It's always a pretty good draw.
Yes.
We're going to go over to Justin. Six-seven Goyf. That's a big Lurgoyf, that's for sure.
Players in the 5-game standard challenge, the pairings for your final round are being posted. Good players in the 5 PM challenge, your pairings are being posted.
So for Justin Gennari,
Getting some help from the teammate.
mm-hmm. Looks like Stirring Wildwood is the one that's going to get fired up this time. Interesting attack.
He's getting to work here.
So, you know, there's a part of me that just wants to make a quadruple block on the Stirring Wildwood,
Yeah.
but that's probably bad.
No, it's kind of crazy because even killing the Wildwood
Not that good.
is not that good.
Yeah.
And these 3 flyers are so valuable.
Tarmogoyf here for Kastel.
Ooh. What's good for the goose?
Yeah, well, if I would have quintuple blocked, I would have lost immediately to that Path to Exile. So, or quadruple blocked. So that's good.
Well, and even if you don't, you've killed this, you know, creature land.
Yeah.
He's got another creature land he can continue to activate. You haven't made any progress on the Tarmogoyf, and you're not threatening your opponent's life total anymore.
Kastel, no search there with the Path. One Swept Teeth is going to allow Justin to search up a land here as he falls down to 7. I'd be careful with that life total.
You know,
Yeah, no big deal.
easy come, easy go.
Okay.
You start with a whole new 20 life next game.
Shambling Vent's going to come in, so it's, you know, you're going to try to race me? I don't think so. Well, there's Fatal Push. Now the game gets really interesting. Scavenging, ooh boy, that's a really nice draw. So Kastel needs a removal spell for the Ooze because the Ooze can get out of control quickly.
Yeah, Justin's been sitting on a lot of spells over the last couple of turns, and he was just a little bit tied up on mana where he wanted to activate his creature lands. He wanted to play a spell. He didn't have enough lands. He didn't have enough to deploy 2 spells a turn, and now it's just like, oh, it looks like he's got so much action because he's only been playing 1 card a turn for several turns.
Yep.
And yeah, that Ooze is a huge problem. You have to kill the Goyf.
Oh, yeah.
Now you have to kill the Ooze.
Yep. And Kastel's coming in for 3 more. I'm curious to see what the follow-up is here. Just Traverse, maybe?
Yep.
Okay. Artifact. Yeah, he's got Delirium easily. Okay. Wonder what searching for here.
Necrotal. No?
Shriekmaw.
Shriek. Well, you can't cast the Shriekmaw here.
You evoke it?
He could. Losing some value that way.
Yeah. Tasker.
Ooh, Tassiper.
Yeah, nicely done.
Brrr.
Yeah, very nicely done, yeah. Say we're going to play a couple more turns? Fine.
Well, and he also gets to delve away a whole bunch of creatures here, denying his opponent some life
Yeah, which is pretty nice, actually.
from that Ooze.
Yeah, you see he's getting rid of Tracker, Flayer, Goyf, Bobble because of Tarmogoyf, Nile Spellbomb. All right. He's able to get rid of some garbage while hopefully making Tasker still good as we head it back over to Justin Gennari. Justin drew a Marsh Flats. Not sure if he needs any more mana or not. We'll find out as we go. 11 to 6 of the life totals here.
Yeah, and if Justin has any more Tireless Trackers left in his library, he does not want to play that Marsh Flats right now.
Agreed. Agreed.
And this
Every bit of value you can get, right?
Liliana that's in his hand is kind of an awkward card as well.
Well, he's going to play the Flat Sacker right away, too. So he's going to go down to at least 5. We'll see how low he wants to go. The Liliana was good before Lingering Soul showed up, obviously. Now it's blech. Basic Swamp, it looks like there for Justin. There's Liliana. Okay.
He's going up with it.
David Nunez won the standard match over Rob Vaughan. Salty Pummeler took care of Teamer Energy. So you know what that means. This one's for it all. This is match basically playing for day 2 here.
And this is really interesting. That Stirring Wildwood gains reach when it turns into a creature.
Yep.
So it's pretty effective at helping defend this Liliana.
Yeah, this game has turned into a bit of a slower grind now.
It often does.
Yeah.
And one of the questions is, how many things are there for the Scavenging Ooze to grow with? Because Tasker can get frisky as well.
Yeah, Tasker's a 4/5. David only has access to 2 green mana, so Tasker can actually afford to attack. I'm curious where the attack is going. I think at this point you probably just get to ignore Liliana.
Sure.
Yeah, it's all going at Justin. So if Stirring Wildwood wants to get involved here, it's unlikely to be able to block the flyers. So this is interesting. It's a pretty good attack here by Kastel.
Yeah, I like it.
There's Stirring Wildwood. Okay, there'll be a double block. So he wants to organize blockers. Okay. Stirring Wildwood's going to eat a creature from the graveyard.
Yep.
Ooze is going to turn into a 3/3, gain a life up to 6. Ooze will die. Tasker will die. Did not activate Tasker.
Well, that
Played
means he drew something,
Tarmogoyf.
yeah.
Yep. Drew a big old Tarmogoyf. Let's go to Justin. He knocks the table.
I believe, yeah, he ended up at 3 life at the end of this exchange.
Yep. Is there something he can draw? Down. There goes a spirit token. Follow up. Ooh, Ooze is good. He has, oh boy. He only has 1 green mana to work with. It looks like it's Plain Swamp, Godless Shrine, Shambling Vent, Stirring Wildwood.
Sure.
So Ooze is not nearly as good as you think it would be in this spot.
No, but he can activate the vent, throw it in front of the Goyf, eat something with the Ooze, and you know, live to fight another turn.
Mirish's Bauble. You see Chad's already attacking. He's just trying to figure out what's going to happen. Don't know if he's worked Shambling Vent into the equation or not. Yeah, he's figuring out where he's going to attack right now, but I don't know if he's... You saw the way that he pulled Stirring Wildwood forward to say he could activate this, but he actually can't activate that because he doesn't have a green mana to activate it.
Sure.
So I'm not sure if he's aware of that, not sure if his teammates are aware of that. He wants to bobble first, see exactly what Justin's going to draw for the turn. Patrick with a funny face.
What does that mean?
I don't know. So now it's just going to be Goyf. I'm surprised. The Lingering Souls are basically free attackers here, and I think they may have missed it. So yeah, Shambling Vent jumped in front of Tarmogoyf, like you said it might.
Yep.
And now the Ooze is going to get to eat something and turn into a 3/3.
Yeah, I'm surprised those 2 tokens didn't just take down Liliana in that exchange. Patrick's saying you have to draw a card off your bauble.
Draw off your bauble. Do not forget, or you are in some serious trouble, mister.
There's a lot of arm waving in there.
There. Draw your card. Draw your card. Yeah.
And now everyone's having a good time about what Justin drew off the top of his deck because everyone knows what that is, except for us.
Except for us and except for you at home. See what Chad is up to. He's moving mana around.
Well, he might have drawn Path. We have no idea.
Justin drew Overgrown Tomb. I don't know if he can afford to play Overgrown Tomb untapped or not.
Oh, I can't imagine he can.
It looks like Path is going to resolve. That's what she thought was cast. Overgrown Tomb's going to have battlefield tapped. You just tick down Liliana here.
Yeah, it's very awkward, but I think you need to get the value out of Liliana.
Yeah, just kill Spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know what other choice you got. All right. Kastel going to very quickly untap because you see the clock. There's Fulminator Mage, blow up your Stirring Wildwood, attack you, kill you. Okay. Well, they're going to get moving here. They're going to get moving because they're all tied up right now. They're going to get moving, and we're not even going to go to the sideboards because neither player is going to sideboard very long. You know, they've got 14:38 on the clock. It's ticking down. These games are grindy.
Yeah, we expect them to just want to get right back into this.
Absolutely. So while they shuffle up very quickly, you see Justin's going to talk with his teammates Dan and David really quickly. Chad's already shuffling off to the side. Not a lot to say to Patrick and Rob. What we're going to do is we're going to inform you about our Season 2 Invitational that is taking place here in just 2 weeks at the Berglund Center in Roanoke, Virginia. A lot of money, likeness on a card, so much more.
Likeness on a card?
I'm sorry, man.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to twist the knife there.
I wanted my likeness on a card.
One day you'll get it.
Yeah?
One day you'll get it.
I mean, it just seems so hopeless. I've never even been close.
I know. You're really far away. Really far away from beating Max. But we know Max has it. Brian
who?
Max someone. I don't know his last name anymore. Brian Colville has it. You can learn how to get your likeness on a card, our Invitational, right now. December 1st through the 3rd, Star City Games, Season 2 Invitational Weekend, Berglund Center, Roanoke, Virginia. We want to see you there. A lot of awesome tournaments. Going to have a lot of awesome special guests. A lot on the line in the main event as well. If you're not qualified, find a local invitational qualifier near you to qualify for that invitation. We want to see you December 1st and the 3rd in Roanoke, Virginia as we get ready here for game number 2. Kastel has done some traversing, it appears. Both players playing very quickly because they're going to need to. Again, draw is bad for both of them.
Yep.
Blooming Marsh, Nile Spellbomb.
And in this matchup, you see the players almost always side out all of the discard spells.
Yeah.
You know, they're awesome, obviously, in turns 1, 2, and 3, but the matches go late so much of the time that you don't want to be drawing these clunky, mediocre, low-impact discard spells on turns 10 through 20.
Grim Flayer is going to show up. Nile Spellbomb is going to be sacrificed. That'll allow Justin to draw a card. Now he will draw a card for his 3rd turn. Pick up another copy of Nile Spellbomb. Has a Maelstrom Pulse. Looks like he wants to just kill Grim Flayer. Probably a good idea to get that off the battlefield. He'll do exactly that with the Pulse. We're going to go back over to Kastel. He's going to quickly untap. He will draw a card. Liliana. Or he can go to Fulminator Mage, which is what I think he's pointing at right now. He says, I want to get him. I want to get him, and he's got a guy on his team who only wants to get him, as Patrick is literally laughing. King of like Wasteland you.
Yeah,
Can I do this? Would you do anything else?
All right, I'm fine with you getting him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can be talked into this play.
Yeah. Nothing makes him happier than seeing someone get wastelanded, so it stands to reason that he'd be okay with you Fulminator Maging a land.
It seems pretty sweet getting Liliana onto the empty board.
Mm-hmm.
But anytime you like Liliana and you uptake it and the opponent discards the Lingering Souls, you're like, oh.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Oh, it's so miserable.
Let's see what we got here.
Potentially another Traverse.
Yeah. Looks like Traverse is going to get a basic. This could be Traverse. This could be Traverse plus.
Yep, and I expect the Liliana to come down now that it can pick up some value immediately in a safe way.
For the record, folks, we know who our 9-0 is this weekend. Nick Miller just stopped by. Let us know that Kevin King, Zach Kinney, and Marius Chawala. And Marius, if I got your last name wrong, I apologize. They're our 9-0. So congratulations to them. We'll see them tomorrow. And likely on more than one occasion.
Mr. Koala?
Koala Bear.
Okay. We are a couple of clowns.
Occasionally. Occasionally.
And we apologize for the
I'm sorry for nothing.
pronunciation of your last name.
I am sorry for nothing.
Yes, you are.
All right, you're right. Liliana down to 1. Justin draws a card. He picked up a Liliana of his own. You see the Nile Spellbomb in his hand still.
Yeah, both these players can end up with no cards in hand real fast.
Nice. It's a Liliana off.
Real fast.
Very nice. See how this goes. Both players deciding what they're going to discard. Chad's ready. He's going to discard Liliana. Yeah, just Liliana flooded. The problem here for Kastel is that his Liliana is behind. Let's see what the follow-up is. Tracker is nice. Fetch land's even nicer.
Oh, yeah.
This is the dream. Sack the fetch land right away. That's
Yep.
2 clues for Kastel. This is what this matchup is all about. Keep in mind, Kastel has not used the Liliana just yet. Players getting the right dice on their appropriate permanents. Planeswalkers demand black dice. Other things demand whites in our feature match area. Make things a little bit easier at home for you, the viewer. It's because we care. Chad does not care how long he searches for a land. There we go. Temple Garden.
Well, when you have a lot of one-ofs of the lands, it can be difficult to find the one that you're looking for.
And now we might see him deploy another creature. And we will in Tarmogoyf. Now Liliana's going to go up. Kastel's ready to discard. It's a pretty good turn there for Chad, discarding, I think, a Grim Flare. So we go over to Justin, who's a little bottlenecked on mana.
Yeah, that Fulminator Mage doing what it does.
Well, Mage actually played its role pretty well here. Fatal Push going to take care of Tarmogoyf. Take it down. Take care of the tracker. Timely Fatal Push. The follow-up here for Gennari is nothing. He'll pass. Let's go to Kastel. Kastel will draw.
Yeah, and Justin asking his teammates there, hey, do you think I need to deploy this land? I'm going to lose the last card in my hand to Liliana.
Kastel, good sequencing here. He's going to start by playing the Grim Flare that he just drew. I believe that he has Delirium. Then he activates Liliana, and now he can activate his clues a little bit later. Path to Exile, the draw here for Justin. See the clock, 8 minutes left. Kind of just want to path that Flare, obviously. Don't want to let Flare hit you. It's too good. And the tough thing here for Justin is he's going to path there is the card that's stuck in his hand is Gideon. But if he doesn't plus, Chad will.
Yeah.
So he just has to lose it, and he was really hoping to peel the 4th land, and he never did. And Gideon would have been an all-star on this battlefield.
Yep.
An absolute all-star.
It's safe from almost all the removal spells. Produces another threat when it hits the board. Yeah.
It's everything he could want in this situation where we're in this attrition battle, and he did not get to it. Kastel will sack a clue. He'll draw a card. He's going to quickly untap Will Chad. He'll draw a card for the turn.
And
He's going to plus Liliana, ready to discard. Didn't see what he discarded. Must not matter much. Sack the clue. Draw a card. And simply pass the turn back. All right. We go over to Justin. Blooming Marsh plus his own Liliana. They're tied at 4. All right, Kastel will discard. Draw a card. Weird looking game here. He finds Lingering Souls. Grim Flare, Tarmogoyf, not Tarmogoyf kind of stinks. Grim Flare kind of stinks too because of Liliana. So Lingering Souls is actually the best draw.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like Chad drew an engineered explosives here.
Ugh.
Not 100%.
Not sure if you're supposed to use that or not. I legit have no idea. He's going to play it for 2. All right.
Sure.
Liliana's going up. It's a weird game. Pass. Draw. Justin's not going to. Okay, he drew Lingering Souls. Okay. 2 spirits. He'll plus his Liliana, pass the turn back. Chad will draw.
His own
Yeah,
Lingering
I
Souls.
think he drew his own Lingering Souls, right?
Why wouldn't it
No,
be?
he drew, yeah, something way better than Lingering Souls. He drew Liliana, and his teammates are fanning themselves. So up that goes. That may have been best possible. Well, 551. Take care of that. I think this Liliana, boy, up or down? Threaten ultimate? Yeah, threaten ultimate, I guess.
Yeah.
It's tough. Let's see what Justin draws. Boy, these two are going back and forth. This is going to attack Liliana. The Veil going to bring it down to 5. Lingering Souls and Tarmogoyf. Boy, that was a nice draw. Boy, back and forth we go. 3 Spirits, Tarmogoyf, and Liliana of the Veil up to 6, which can threaten ultimate, blow up, engineer explosives, take care of Tarmogoyf. Kastel will draw. Didn't get a great look at what he was going to draw.
This match.
And Abzan Mirror can be fun sometimes, apparently.
Yeah, I think he's saying I want to pick off 2 of these tokens here.
Slow it down.
Well, if the opponent ultimates with their Liliana on the next turn, your Liliana might not even end up on the board again.
There is the possibility, right, where Justin says ultimate Liliana, split Lilianas versus lands.
Sure.
To kill them both, which is why I think Chad is doing what he's doing right now. So plus there, kill that, pass the turn back. Justin draws Overgrown Tomb. First bad draw step he's had in a little bit. Looks like Chad missed last turn too.
And if this Liliana ultimates here and it's Lilies or lands, I think Chad keeps the 2 Lilianas.
Really?
I think he says, yeah, like, you know, the Last Hope is going to pick off your token. The Veil is going to be there to pick off any bigger creatures you have.
Okay.
And I'm going to build my way up to ultimating Liliana the Last Hope.
Okay. All right. How are we going to split them? I actually do. Oh, you are a wild man, but I think you might be right. I actually think you might be right.
Yeah.
That you keep the Lilianas and let your lands go? Yep, there's the split. Now he's going to let the... Wow.
He didn't even think about it.
He didn't even think about it. Wow. I think you might actually be right that he should keep the Lilianas. That's an interesting situation, as Kastel will draw a card. I don't know what you're supposed to do there, but keeping the Lilianas does make some sense, Craig.
It's certainly the more exciting line.
Well, it's like, what are you drawing that are better than those 2 Planeswalkers right now? You know, I think that's a real question.
Well, I mean, the only thing he really has to worry about in that scenario is potentially another Lingering Souls.
Mm-hmm.
But like 1 creature at a time is just not going to threaten that board.
Yeah.
You know, Liliana the Veil takes care of 1 creature, no problem. Liliana the Last Hope, like I said, cleans up the last token and then just works his way towards ultimate.
Yeah, and Justin can't beat the ultimate if he ever gets to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, here comes a Lingering Souls token. Chad says, I'll take it. Bobble, going to target Justin. Take a look. Get the Bobble trigger, draw for the turn. In for 4. Justin's going to fall down to 13. Kastel with another Bobble. He already knows what Justin's going to draw next turn. Pass the turn back.
There are obviously nightmare scenarios in the keeping the Planeswalkers, where your opponent draws Abrupt Decay or, you know, another Maelstrom Pulse or something like that.
There's a push on the Goyf. Yeah, there are definitely nightmare scenarios. They exist. They are few and far between, it feels like, but they do exist. In for 4. 9-8 in favor of Justin right now. Kastel pushed that Tarmogoyf. This is a Tailboy. That changes it.
That's a good one.
Yep, that changes it here. Yeah, Patrick's just saying just literally remove anything. It does not matter. Just get it over with. And now there's Ghost Quarter, pass the turn back. We're going over to Justin.
Yeah. Things are looking good. We can't afford to draw. Like, let's just do this.
Yep. 2:46 on the clock.
Tick, tick, tick.
Yep.
Well, and now it's funny. If your opponent is going to do their best to just preserve their life total and have the game end in a draw, do you really want to be activating Tasigur?
Nah.
Right?
I mean, maybe. I'm not sure.
But it's just funny. Like, this takes so much time. Your opponent can reasonably think about this.
Yeah, they don't have to rush, basically. Like, this is a real decision for Justin.
Yeah.
About what he should take. He's going to give Chad Engineered Explosives. Chad will draw. Attack with creatures. It is a lethal attack. Spirit's going to confront a Tasigur. Justin's going to fall down to 4. Chad will pass the turn back. Justin will draw a Grim Flare. He'll play that. Might have Delirium. Not sure. Engineered Explosives for 2 would kill that. Chad showed that. So he says, all right, I'll activate Tasigur then. And that is going to do it. Chad Kastel is going to win this match here over Justin Gennari, 2-1. That means the team of Sullivan, Kastel, and Vaughan are going to win, move on to 7-2, and we will see them tomorrow here in Baltimore.
That was a grind fest, and I love the sportsmanship here. It's clear that both these teams have had a blast playing these matches. You know, even the losing team leaving with smiles on their faces, we really appreciate that.
Yeah.